Baker Mayfield. How you doing, man?
Great. Good. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. Where have we caught you?
I am in the car right now going to grab some lunch, and then in just a little bit I'll be headed. I'm hosting my second youth camp today.
Okay. So what are you doing with the kids?
Just doing some drills, some fundamental work. Yesterday I had about 250 plus and had stations set up and would rotate around. Did some drills and had some fun with the kids.
Okay. And then what are you getting for lunch? And be careful. Everything's evaluated this time of year, Baker. What are you getting for lunch?
So healthy. Smoothie, probably going to be green.
Okay.
With probably like an egg white flatbread. I'm feeling breakfast stuff right now. I don't know why.
Okay.
Been on a real avocado crave. I think it's because I've been living in California too long.
Is that right? So, or is that the TB12 method? Are you doing that thing with the avocado ice cream and all that business?
No, not yet.
I guess you got to go. You got to get to the pros first before you do all that.
Yeah, I think so.
What is the craziest evaluation of you that you've heard so far?
Ooh, probably Colin Coward's 5'11" quarterbacks thing.
What is that?
Considering I measured it, he said I was 5'11" when there's a standardized measurement for me that I'm not. So I don't know. There's a bunch of different stuff going around. You hear everything, but this whole process it's revealing of how people think. Some people think about the game of football and winning, and then some focus on the stuff that doesn't really matter.
Right. And in terms of the stuff that doesn't really matter, what would you say doesn't matter from what you were hearing, from what you want people to say? What do you put in the category of does not matter?
Ooh, there's a bunch. Hand size would be one.
Okay.
Height, another.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I mean, it's pretty much all the measurables now that I'm thinking about it. So, I mean, you can put stuff down on a piece of paper, but when you go out there and play the game and you got guys running at you, that's when it really shows. So, I think throwing on air at the combine, throwing at pro day, it's all good to see if you can actually throw the ball, but until you put a defense in front of you and have that on tape, then I don't think any of the other stuff matters.
Yeah, I mean, and all the other stuff, I was discussing it the other day on the show here, Baker, is when you were asked about, how things have changed, or maybe your stock or something like that, and you say your stock has risen, you were a 3rd or 4th round draft grade before the season where you are now, and that you consider yourself the best in the class, and people, well, there's Baker Mayfield being cocky again. And my thought is, how the hell are you supposed to answer that question?
Yeah, what am I supposed to say? No, I don't believe in myself.
But
no, you shouldn't pick me because I think I'm bad. Yeah, I think that's what they want me to say.
Because I just feels that everything you're doing is viewed through the prism of being cocky.
Well, and there's a thing. It's the vision of people thinking that I'm cocky, but in reality, you want a guy that believes in himself. You want that. You want a guy that's going to come in and knows what he's doing, be confident about it, because you go into a locker room in the NFL, it's grown men. You can't be scared. You can't flinch about it. You got to be able to go in and do your job.
And at the combine, did anybody try to trigger you during an interview at all?
Absolutely, and we don't have to get into details, but they all try to do that. They'll teach you a play, and then somebody in the background will start asking questions about your background. Like literally, somebody behind the scenes will start asking questions about your background, your family history, stuff like that, and then they'll jump into tape and just see if you can handle switching from one subject to the other, and still know the game of football.
And how do you think you handled that?
I think for me, that was the best part of the process. That was where I, made the most improvement to show that, I know the game, I love it, and I've been able to get in front of people and just talk about it and be myself while doing that.
Well, you see, you saying that was the best part of you doing that, Baker, I think that's a little cocky. Be very honest with you. I think you're just being a little cocky right there.
Yeah, all right, well, that's okay.
Am I wrong? I mean, I don't know if I'm wrong, if I'm a little bit off right there. Just, you just
confident.
Yeah, you're a little bit confident.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.